Welcome back to another video. Today I'm reviewing Dennou Coil. This is a very subtle and ambiguous anime. I knew nothing about it when watching it, and that hurt my overall enjoyment, so needless to say, this is not an anime that you want to go into blind. Dennou Coil is a sci-fi adventure mystery where a group of children investigate freak occurrences in their unique world. It's mostly lighthearted until the halfway point when it begins to take itself a bit more seriously as their paths cross with a hacker whose past is deeply rooted in these strange events. It's set in a futuristic Japan where virtual reality and reality have become integrated via these special eyeglasses. These special glasses allow its user to see constructs of virtual reality, whether it be their user interface which connects them directly to the internet, AI, pets. It even allows them to see altered reality. For example, if in the real world a building is destroyed, in their version of reality it's actually back and they can see and even feel this false building. If that's not strange enough, some characters can hack or exploit bugs which allow them to alter the world, modify their pets, or even their own bodies. But unfortunately, this setting was depicted with such detail that it actually overshadowed its character. These characters are nearly an even mix between 6th grade boys and girls. Aside from Isako, the hacker whose history is tied deeply into the plot, and Yasako, who I would consider to be the main character, all of the other characters get about equal screen time. These characters were all likable, and their interactions ranged from dramatic to lighthearted comedy. They were characterized in a very believable way, making them feel realistic considering their setting. Some of these characters just like to joke around, some of them were very emotional and moody, and others just like to tease and bully. Some of these characters even experience slight development, but with a story like Dennou Coil, the development is appreciated, but it's not necessary. Dennou Coil features themes such as the internet can distract you from reality, causing you to miss out on things that are right in front of your face. However, it doesn't really focus on these themes, more so its characters and setting. Unfortunately, their surroundings were explained in such detail that it ultimately became a flaw. As a person who came into the series blind, I didn't know anything about it. I was met with this abundance of world-building information that I thought might be significant, but in reality, most of it was irrelevant. Due to this and the amount of lighthearted comedy, I felt that this series was sending me a lot of mixed signals. Pacing was another major flaw. Many people say that it takes 12 episodes for it to get interesting. In my opinion, it only took me about 9, but that is still far too long. The original conflict in Dennou Coil was created by its light mystery, which isn't even a conflict to begin with. We don't meet our true conflict until we get a plot twist 3/4 of the way through the story, and by then, sadly, it was too late for me to care. Dennou Coil was originally a 13-volume long light novel series which got adapted into a 24-episode long anime, so you know, somewhere along the way they dropped something. Despite my problems with its pacing, Dennou Coil wrapped up in a very heartwarming way that managed to tie up all of the loose ends that I saw. My experience with Dennou Coil as a whole is probably a bit different than many of the people who really enjoyed it because my favorite episodes were filler episodes. We had a few filler episodes, but there were a few that I thought were absolutely brilliant, such as the ones where the characters started growing beards, and also the one with a giant fish. These characters were designed in a very simplistic manner, and it worked very well for the atmosphere. There were some of the constructs of virtual reality which were created by CG, such as the glitches and the bugs and some of the other things. I felt that they did a very good job of using the CG here, even though CG is a bit of a pet peeve of mine. In the end, this was animated by Madhouse, so I expect them to do a really good job anyways, and they did. As for the audio, I never once skipped an opening. I loved it. The OST worked well from what I remember, and the voice actors did an exceptional job playing the role of children. My final score of Dennou Coil is a 6.8 out of 10 with an enjoyment level of a 6. It's actually a pretty good anime with likable characters and a very interesting setting, but it just wasn't for me. When I was watching this series and talking about it to some of my friends, some of them compared this to Steins Gate, and honestly, I like this a lot more. I recommend this anime if you're into stories which contain an all-children cast or lighthearted slice of life with a bit of comedy, or just sci-fi in general. However, if you're looking for something that's a bit more mature in the department of sci-fi mystery, I recommend Serial Experiment Lane and also Ergo Proxy. I wanted to give a special thanks to the undefeated magician appreciation for making this video possible by requesting it on Patreon. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you enjoyed the video. If you'd like to support this channel, check out the Patreon. Thanks for all the likes and comments, and I'll see you next time.